Welcome back to Read to Succeed. I'm Katie Paxton, Read to Succeed Coordinator, and I'm so excited that tutors are returning to continue the important work with our students, and I'm looking forward to a great school year. In this video, I'll be taking a few minutes to go over some key points, answer some common questions, and share a few tips and tricks on how to help improve sessions with you and our students in our second grade fluency program. As you may remember, Read to Succeed utilizes the 6-minute solution, a research-based program that helps students succeed at reading fluency. This instructional model is based on repeated readings and partnering students whose fluency levels are closely matched. Research supports that students' reading skills improve when they work with a classmate in a program with structured reading activities. The materials provided to you and the students include folders, one for you and one for each student. Each folder contains a set of non-fiction passages that are based on social studies and science standards. The passages are broken down by grade level. Level 1, first grade reading, and Level 2, second grade reading. You may refer to these sets by calling them Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 to keep the student confident. Each grade level has 5 themed units, each containing 5 related passages with common vocabulary. As students practice the passages, they strengthen their background knowledge and vocabulary. Let's quickly review what fluency is and the outcomes associated with fluent readers. Good reading sounds fluent, which is reading smoothly, easily, and quickly. In order for the student to read fluently, the reader must be able to decode words automatically and with accuracy. If a student is focusing his or her efforts on decoding and word recognition, there is little brain power left for comprehension. Fluent readers find reading pleasurable and therefore read more. Reading more increases comprehension, vocabulary, background knowledge, decoding, and fluency. Fluent readers are able to complete both class assignments and homework up to 4 times faster than non-fluent readers. The goal is to bring students to grade level fluency. This means students in the second grade would be reading 90 correct words per minute on a Level 2 passage without practicing the passage in advance of reading it out loud by the end of the school year. This is referred to as a cold read. Here are a few tips to help improve your tutoring sessions. As you know, the first time you meet with a student, it can be both exciting and nerve-wracking for both of you. Spend a few minutes getting to know each child. The more rapport you build with your student, the harder they'll want to work for you. All students must start with Passage 101. It does not matter when a student starts the program. They must start with Passage 101, which is the pretest score. If you have a student that leaves the program for any reason, a replacement student should be identified and start the program with Passage 101, following the program steps. After the new student has a fluency score in Passage 101, they can join their partner on the passage the partner is currently reading. Students can have a second chance to read the passage by themselves for the timed reading if they do not do well on the first timed reading, assuming there's time left in the session. Let the student know why they did not do well the first time and record the highest score. It's important to have the student graph their progress in each session. This visual representation is important for the student to see their growth. Please do not skip this step. When counting errors, if a student adds a word to the passage, this word is not counted as an error. If a student self-corrects a word they pronounce incorrectly, it is no longer counted as an error. If the student cannot say the word in conversation correctly, they will not be able to read it correctly either. When you are doing an echo reading, you should be able to hear the words they cannot correctly pronounce. For example, a student says scratch instead of stretch. The student mentioned it in a conversation about stretching, pronouncing stretch as scratch. It was not read wrong, it was pronounced wrong. It would be hard to change this pronunciation in a 40-minute session. My recommendation is to mention this to the teacher, who is most likely aware of the issue. It's vital to follow the program steps. The program is an I do, we do, you do model. All the steps are necessary to help the student meet the goal of becoming a fluent reader. That does not mean you cannot modify a step to fit the needs of your student. but each student needs to hear the passage read fluently and participate in echo and choral reading before they're asked to independently read for time in order to boost their fluency scores. If a student is reading consistently over 120 correct words per minute on a Level 2 passage for at least 2 consecutive sessions, you will want to graduate that student in order to bring in a new student, since the original student has reached their goal. Use the green highlighter to draw a horizontal line for the student to see the goal they're working on towards their student graph, which is 120 correct words per minute. In addition, highlight the 70 words on their graph to indicate achievement of moving from Level 1 to Level 2 passages in yellow. Students may think that good readers are those who are good word callers. Though fluency involves students being able to actually read words quickly, remind them that the whole purpose for learning to read is to understand what they are reading. Near the end of the program, have each pair choose a passage unit to revisit. Have them create a story in which they use information and vocabulary they learned from the unit to share with their classmates. This can be done with any remaining time after the timed reading. Have students identify key words that help them read in phrases and therefore read more fluently. Students can be word detectives by looking for little words, in, to, up, for, that signify that the following words should be read smoothly in a phrase. For example, in my house, to the store, up the hill. Have students identify and highlight the phrases in the passages. They can then apply this strategy of grouping words when reading books independently. Have students draw and write what they remembered from the session's reading. This is a quick reminder that reading was all about learning new information. Afterwards, the pair can share and discuss information while recalling and enhancing what was learned. Don't forget the flower graphic for helping the students to recall main idea and supporting details of the passage. For Level 2 passages, questions for discussion are included in your tutor folder. National Geographic books will be provided as extra reading material. They can be sent home as a gift from you when the students finish reading them. Extra books, poetry books, and games are available upon request from the Read to Succeed office. Sessions may be scheduled twice a week instead of once a week. This is pending school and teacher approval. I hope this information has been helpful to you. A transcript of this video may be found on the Foundation website, Volunteers tab, and then Resource page. Remember, you are a vital part of helping your students to become fluent readers. Staying consistent by tutoring weekly is key to their success. Thank you for your commitment and all that you do for our students and the Read to Succeed program.